Welcome to UMB. Before you can access secure UMB IT services like class registration and email, you need to activate your UMB IT account. To do this, you'll need two key pieces of information that were provided to you in your UMB acceptance letter. First is your UMB student number, which is a 7-digit number that typically starts with a 3, and second is your UMB login ID, which is made up of letters and sometimes numbers. If you lost your acceptance letter or are unsure of your login ID or student number, please contact the UMB IT Service Desk now at itservicedesk@umb.ca and they can help. Alright, now that you have your login ID and student number ready, let's activate your account. Open any web browser on your computer, smartphone, or tablet and go to my.umb.ca. This will take you to the login screen for MyUMB. MyUMB is the hub for accessing your secure UMB IT services and information. From here, click the Activate Your UMB IT Services link to launch the Account Activation app. In the first field, enter your 7-digit student number. Next, enter your login ID. If you get an error message, don't panic. It usually means you've included an extra space before or after your student number or login ID. Simply remove it and you'll be ready to move on. Lastly, enter your birthday in the birth date field. The next screen will show you UMB's Acceptable Use of Technologies policy. You'll need to read through and accept the policy to continue. Now it's time to create your UMB password. Having a long and complex password is really important for helping keep your UMB account and personal information safe. To meet UMB's password requirements, your password must contain both uppercase and lowercase letters, at least one number and special character, be at least 12 characters long, not contain your login ID, any part of your name or your birth date, and overall reach a complexity score of at least 60. Coming up with a password that meets all of these requirements may seem a bit tricky at first. If you're having trouble, here are some tips to help. Just be sure not to use these examples in your own password. Try adding a special character like an equals or plus sign to the beginning of your password. Avoid using repeated or sequential letters or numbers like AA, 22, ABC, or 123. Swap out vowels for symbols or numbers. For example, the A's in the word banana can be changed to the @ symbol. Try using a passphrase for your password. They're often a lot easier to remember. For example, monkey eats banana or yellow bus driving. If you're really stuck, you can also get help from a password generator like passwordsgenerator.net. It's a free service and lets you set some complexity rules to help you meet the password requirements. Once you've come up with a password that you're happy with and that meets some minimum requirements, press Continue. Next, you'll be asked to select and provide answers to 2 challenge questions. If you ever forget your password, you'll be able to reset it by successfully answering these challenge questions. So you want to make sure the answers are something you'll always remember. Keep in mind that the answers are case sensitive, so if your answer is a person's name, you might want to capitalize the first letter if that's how you would typically type it. Now it's time to set your display name. Your display name will appear in your UMB email and other IT services and is visible to others at UMB. If you prefer to go by something other than your legal name, like your middle name or a nickname, you can enter it here. Keep in mind, changing your display name does not change your legal name in UMB systems. If you need to update your legal name, please contact the UMB Registrar's Office. On the next screen, you'll be able to choose your UMB email address. Your email address must include at least one period and be made up of letters and numbers only, so no symbols or special characters. Most people choose their first name dot last name, so it's nice and easy for others to remember. For security reasons, please don't include your login ID or student number in your email address. The next screen lets you set privacy options for your UMB phonebook entry and your display photo. For your UMB phonebook entry, you can choose to either have your name and email address blocked or displayed in the UMB phonebook. For students, we generally recommend that you do block your entry, but keep in mind you can always change this setting later. The next setting lets you choose whether or not your professors can see your UMB ID photo. Here, we recommend that you do not block them, because it will help them put a face to your name. But again, you can change this setting later. You've done it! Your account should now be activated. But just to be safe, let's go back to My UMB and try logging in. Do you have your login ID memorized yet? Enter it now. Okay, let's put in that password that you worked so hard a few minutes ago to create. Success! Now you're all set to get started at UMB.